gaan we toch gewoon een keer schieten, Mason? Nou, dat kan ook. Een 1-2'tje. Waar zie je dat nog tegenwoordig? 2-0. Mooi doelpunt van Paul Mason. Paul Mason die de 1-2 aangaat die we zo zelden zien op de Nederlandse voetbalvelden. Koeman geeft hem verpast terug en daar is hij, het tweede doelpunt.
Zulner. Mason, Van den Berg, Mason. Goeie bewegingen dus. En een derde doelpunt is gemaakt. Van den Berg, Mason. Ideaal natuurlijk. Mason opent hem. Mason gaat zelf door. Daar komt hij. En daar voor alle zekerheid Houtman. Het is geen buitenspel ook. Het is een doelpunt. Het is 4-0.
Proberen wat terug te doen. Ron van den Berg. Paul Mason, de Engelsman. Zoekt een opening, 1-2'tje met Rosien. En dan is het 3-1. Dan is het toch nog misschien mogelijk. De Jong kansloos. En die bal moet gelijk uitgenomen worden. Dus niet in het midden, zoals in het zaal.
En hier Rosien. Oh! Wat een tetter. En daar Mason. Ja, prachtige goal. 1-0. En Paul Mason, die gaat hem nemen voor Groningen. Het moet hem zijn. En het is hem ook. Groningen in de finale tegen de All-Stars. Hier zien we dat nog een keer gebeuren. En Groningen is er blij mee en terecht. Maar hoe kon Feyenoord eerst met 5-2 winnen en daarna verliezen van diezelfde Groningen?
Goal van Mason, maar daar zal het dan ook bij blijven. Groningen heeft na 3 wedstrijden 1 punt en de supporters beginnen te roepen om het vertrek van trainer Rob Jacobs.
Belangrijke rol in het seizoen 1987-1988. Als rechtsback viel hij vooral op door zijn aanvallende kwaliteiten.
Mason, raak. Hielen verslagen en vreugde bij de bank van Groningen bij Martin Koeman.
De wedstrijd in de na-competitie, uit bij FC Twente, was een succesvolle. Want dankzij een doelpunt van Mason speelde FC Groningen met 1-1 gelijk en plaatste de club zich voor de UEFA Cup.
Van achter de ingreep van Paus. Niet zonder risico, maar dat gaat goed. En dan is het raak. Mason.
That was my last game because Aberdeen took me over to Aberdeen and signed me then, you know. So I wasn't expected. I really loved Groningen, you know, to be honest with you.
Begon met Eikelkamp. En Paus speelde van achter de bal. Maar via Van Rossum kwam de bal bij Mason. Die scoort. En Groningen leidt na 27 minuten.
Well, I always wanted to play in Britain. Obviously being from England, and Aberdeen was a good club, big club. And when they came in, I didn't think twice, you know. So I had that 5 years there as well.
Here's Connor, lofting it in. The header from Mason. Aberdeen are ahead. The ball breaking off the wall. A delightful ball in there from Connor. Mason getting up there with Monroe. Woods was caught in no man's land. And that's what has given Aberdeen the lead. Paul Mason's 7th goal of the season. Woods came and stopped, left himself stranded, and Mason took full advantage. Van der Ark got a touch. There's Nicholas. It's back to Mason. 2-1 to Aberdeen. Jockey Scott on the track. And the long throw did all the damage. David Robertson launching that ball, and Van der Ark gets a vital touch on. Nicholas tees it up there for Mason, and he drills home the goal, which puts Aberdeen ahead. Great head flick on, great play here from Nicholas. Mason hovering, drilling the ball past Woods, who had no chance at all. This is Connor. The looping cross off the head of Malpas is turned in now by Mason. 3 minutes from half-time. Paul Mason, who's had an outstanding first half, gets the opening goal. Well, it was the cross which caused the confusion. Malpass was challenging that it skidded off his head. Mason coming in on the far corner of the box with a header, and Thompson couldn't keep it out.
Left foot cross, and there's the right one. Bet at the far post. Bet can't get his head to it. The ball dropping, bouncing about in the penalty area. Here's Mason. Mason gets in, and it's a goal for Aberdeen. It's number 2. Some more dreadful defending from Dundee United. And Aberdeen cash in quite beautifully. Mason scores. Well, you have to fault the United defence there. The ball was up in the air, nobody went for it. It bounced in the area. Paul Mason flicked it with his head, then flicked it with his foot. 2-0.
Woods playing it across here, looking at Patalainen. And the header came from Paul Mason. Smile on the face of the Englishman as he powers home only his 4th goal of the season. Attention drawn to Patalainen, and Ian Baird can do nothing about that.
Paul Mason on the end of the clearance. Aberdeen building again. Van der Ark, good head flick. Paul Mason racing in after it. Does well, wins the ball. Mason must score, and Mason does score. Partick Thistle looking for a free kick for that sliding challenge. The referee said no, and it's 5 for Aberdeen. Well, Paul Mason kept at it there. It was the Van der Ark knockdown. Mason never gave up. Jim Kerr thought that was a foul on him. The referee said no. Mason picked himself up, dusted himself down, and scored.
Good one. Alec McLeish. Well, no flag going up against Mason inside the penalty area. Oh, tremendous goal by Paul Mason. 54 minutes down here at Parkhead. And that is a special goal, not just for Paul Mason, but for Aberdeen, because that is the 100th league goal the Dons have scored here at Celtic Park. Mason driving it under Pat corner. And it's Celtic 0, Aberdeen 1.
Again, you get a respite from Aberdeen attacking, but it isn't a very long respite. And that's a superb pass inside. Look at this, Nicholas, he must go himself, and does, and that'll be the opener, yes. Very good opener there by Paul Mason. Great play by Aberdeen, a beautiful 1-2. Nicholas wanted to go himself, almost got it through, and Mason came in, drilling in the first one.
Nice little turn there by Jess. Shearer's on the far side, he gets the knockdown there. This is Richardson laying it off to Mason. Oh, great goal by Paul Mason. 65 minutes gone. It's Aberdeen 3, Hearts 2. Great play by Ian Jess, a lovely little turn there. Shearer got the knockdown. It was laid off then by Richardson, and what a finish by Paul Mason.
Irvin made a very good tackle and a good pass out of defence. Here's Paul Mason. Booth on the right touchline. Jess going through the inside right channel, leaving a gap for Mason to exploit going inside, and that's a magnificent goal for Aberdeen. Paul Mason, out for so much of the season through injury, produces his 3rd goal of the season. Now just look at the part played by Ian Jess, dragging Alan McLaren wide, making the space for Mason to go to the right-hand side of Dave McPherson, and the finish was perfection. Just look at that space opened up there by Jess with the run. Mason realised what that was about. McPherson allowed Mason to go there, and that ball passed into the stanchion area by Mason beyond Henry Smith.
Mason takes the corner. Grant with a free header. Irvin. Irvin is in there again, and it's gone all the way through. For goal number 2, Paul Mason.
Off the way he went for that. A Nicholas again. That's very useful indeed. Oh, that's a goal. Yes. Mason. Beautifully set up by Nicholas. And the Hibs defence looked very flat indeed. Watch the way it was nudged forward there by Nicholas. Not at all an easy ball, and the youngster did very well to touch it with head, and then more lethally by foot.
With a free kick. Van der Ark helped it on there, right. Van der Ark to Connor. Far post cross. Great chance for Aberdeen, it's Paul Wright. 2 minutes from the interval. Beautifully constructed goal for Aberdeen. A long free kick started off. Long ball forward, Van der Ark got his head to the ball. Then wins this ball from Sterland. Now look at the quality of the cross from Robert Connor. Right across to the far side. Paul Mason coming in. Picking out Paul Wright, who couldn't miss from point-blank range.
And it was worth waiting for. Jim Bett in possession. A good run through the midfield. Cutting it to the left to Paul Mason. He picked his spot. Rhodes had no chance. 3-0 to Aberdeen, who moved within 3 points.
Grant's head flick. So Mirren a bit untidy at the back. And here's Paul Mason. Can he make it 3-1? He can! The Englishman with 8 minutes.
Now Kivomia has it. Supported now by Mason, who's made a terrific forward run. Oh, he's got it! It's 3-0. And another debut man marks it with a goal. Now, was that a mistake by Paul Gerrard? Oldham 0, Ipswich Town 3 on the opening day of the 1993-94 season. And that time, Kivomia spotted the tremendous run made by Paul Mason into the Oldham penalty area. He got there just ahead of Paul Gerrard. And when the ball broke free, thank you very much, tapped it into the empty net, 3-0.
This time it doesn't go to a blue shirt, and Ipswich can counter-attack with Mickey Stockwell. Here's Milton. Stockwell here has got a bit of space. Oh, into the net by Mason. And Ipswich Town have got the goal that could change this game right around, just as Wimbledon had been pressing. And Paul Mason with a thumping finish.
Well, this is a great strike. I said, 5 minutes earlier, that I just had a feeling there was something in this for Ipswich. If they passed it about, they do exactly that. They work it across the 18-yard line. It ends up at Mason, and I tell you what, he hits it beautifully.
Ipswich Town far from finished. They've got 15 minutes to pull back these 2 goals, and they've got a penalty. Mark Wright looks a little shocked. He knows it hit his arm. The question is, was it intentional? And it's getting a little silly down there. So, Paul Mason, the local lad, scores at the Kop end. And Ipswich Town are back in it. Straight down the middle from Mason. Probably still he would have saved it. That's the risk you take by diving early. 3-2.
Trevor Morley made it 2-0, and once again it was all over by the time substitute Paul Mason added a late consolation.
A huge welcome from more than 12,000 fans for the player who's been at Portman Road for 13 seasons. He was signed as a schoolboy by Bobby Robson, who honoured the 29-year-old utility player by bringing his Portuguese side packed with internationals for last night's testimonial. But it was Ipswich who got things off to a cracking start. The goalkeeper Robson regards as the best in Europe, Victor Bayer, beaten by Paul Mason.
John Walk there, the Welshman against the Scot. Oh, off the bar from Ince. What a let-off there for Ipswich Town. A superb header from Ince, but it's Ipswich coming away on the counter-attack now. This is Thompson, Klaus Thompson, the Dane. What could he conjure up? That's a good ball in, a chance there. Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal! What a start! The ball cracking the Ipswich crossbar at one end, and Ipswich come back to score. Klaus Thompson setting it up, and would you believe Paul Mason scores his first of the season. Johnson pumping it into the middle. There's two in the middle, the shot coming in. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! It's that man Paul Mason again. They were expecting the cross. He stuck it past Walsh with a beautiful curling shot. Vincent Cantona on the near post. Cleared by Klaus Thompson. Ball went past Paz. Oh, Giggs with beautiful footwork there. Chance here for United to reduce it. Oh, it's Cantona! Bruce, good ball, nicely controlled by Kanchelskis, who knocks it into space for Keane. Cantona's in the middle, so too is Scholes. Oh, it is Scholes who scores! And Ipswich are in trouble. Yallop making the run. Oh, he's kept it in play. Gwencheff's in the middle. It's there! Oh, it's there! An unbelievable mistake. Steve Sedgley, the goal will go down to him. But give Frank Yallop credit. He raced down this right-hand side, belted in the cross, and there was all sorts of a mix-up in the United defence.
You really did think you were finished when they came back to equalise?
I think the way we've been playing the last few weeks, the confidence is so low. Once they came back into it 2-2, you think it is a bit dooming, you know, but as I say, we got the goal and it was very good.
It almost looked as if you were the away side for most of the game, relying on counter-attacks.
Yeah, that's right, because Manchester United had a very good team, such a good movement off the ball. But I think once we got the first goal, that lifted us a bit, gives us a bit of confidence to get going at them, and then we got a second and we won again.
Paz, shot coming in, is there! And Ipswich Town are back in business. About 16 minutes left for play. And Mason scores his second goal of the season. So Ipswich coming forward from the throw again. Uhlenbeek, another of those delightful crosses of his. Oh, Mason's there! A mistake by Chris Woods. And 3-1 it is. Paul Mason, who's on the transfer list, got the header in. It was a beautiful cross from Uhlenbeek, and that's wrapped it up surely for Ipswich Town. Just 5 minutes left to play. They lead Reading by 3-1.
It looked as if excellent away form would at last be repeated at Portman Road, and a double blast from Paul Mason gave the Blues a 2-0 interval lead over Grimsby. Paul Mason was on target again as the Blues scored a 1-0 away win over Foggia in the Anglo-Italian Cup. And Mason took his tally to 4 in 3 matches as Town slumped to another defeat, this time 2-1 at Millwall.
Well, Alan Shearer's had a goal disallowed. He's hit the crossbar, but into extra time we are now in this titanic struggle. And Geraint Williams getting the better of Ripley there. Nice ball down the line. Can Ipswich Town create a shock here? What's a chance for Mason? Oh, and Mason hits it first time! Flowers is beaten, he's had hardly anything to do all night. And Tim Flowers has now to pick the ball out of the net. 5 minutes left in extra time here at Ewood Park, and Ipswich Town take a shock lead against the Premiership champions. Look at the space he's given here. There'll be questions asked in the Blackburn dressing room afterwards, I'm sure. 1-0 it is to Ipswich.
Anglo-Italian Cup interest surprisingly ended in the group semi-final against Port Vale. John Rudge's side gaining revenge for their New Year's Day massacre at the hands of the Blues. Neil Gregory and then Paul Mason both found the score sheet, but Vale won 4-2. Next came a break from league action as George Burley's men turned their attention to the FA Cup. The combination of bad weather and an unusually large number of replays had thrown the competition into chaos. So when Paul Mason notched the only goal of a fourth-round tie against Walsall on Tuesday night, it meant that Town would be facing Premiership hotshots Aston Villa in the 5th round just 4 days later. Mason was on target again, but this time only with a consolation goal, after Ipswich had been well and truly hammered by the Premiership outfit. To use the old cliche, the Blues could now focus all their attention on the real target, promotion.
Delicate chip from Sedgley. Milton, can he squeeze it through? Mason! Ipswich ahead. Paul Mason, 11th of the season. It was a good touch from Simon Milton under pressure. Good control from Mason. Through the legs of Paul Gerrard. Ipswich desperate to find this winner from somewhere. And Oldham have got to clear this really. It'll come to Mason. It's in! Agonising for Paul Gerrard. Paul Mason with his second of the game. What were the Oldham defence doing? Beautiful crisp strike from Mason. Gerrard couldn't quite keep it out.
Picked that one out of the net. It's 2-1 to Ipswich Town. Williams. Beautiful ball through for Matthew. Just a little too wide. Turns it back. 1-1. Oh, what a super strike. Matthew to Paul Mason, and Mason hits it first time with the outside of the left foot. And that's a wonderful strike. How he adjusted his balance to knock that one in and keep it low. That was absolutely marvellous.
There was still time for Paul Mason to grab a consolation, but that was the final act. 3-1 the final score, the Blues' first home defeat of the season. Town's second defeat in 5 days was followed by a home encounter with Portsmouth, illuminated by a fine opening strike by Paul Mason.
Oh, that's a good ball through. Matthew turns it across. Mason with a shot. Superb goal from Paul Mason. His third of the season. 34 minutes gone. Geraint Williams again. Scowcroft calling for the long angle ball over to the inside left channel. They play it through the middle. A chance here for Mason. Oh, it's a great goal! Beautiful beautifully finished. Paul Mason, what a cool customer. His 25th goal for Ipswich Town in this, his 97th senior appearance. Oh, beautiful ball into Mason. Can he finish? Yes, he might be able to. Yes, he can. Superb individual goal by Paul Mason. He switched it to his right foot, made the space for himself, and drilled it in from the edge of the box. And Ipswich surely on their way to round 4 now. It's Ipswich Town 4, Crystal Palace 1.
The pressure is eased at Loftus Road, where the Blues claim a much-needed away victory. Paul Mason's 66-minute winner, a quality strike to savour. That was the only goal of the game, a welcome 3 points, but sadly, it's not the end of the Blues' depressing run.
Uhlenbeek. Can he open them up? That's not a bad ball, is it? Into the path of Mason. Oh, perfect play by Mason. What a superb finish by Paul Mason. Absolutely electric. Well, just look at this dummy. He takes it, controls it with the right, turns inside heel, and what a beautiful chip to finish with.
A superb fight back gives the Blues their second win in 4 days.
Corner then for Ipswich. Sedgley, beautiful ball in, chance here, oh, and it's right into the net. Mason the scorer from about 3 yards. No chance at all there for Prudo. Sedgley's corner flicked on here by Cundy and turned into the net by Mason. Oh, that's a speculative effort and it's gone right in the goal. 2-0, Mason, 52nd minute. Well, was that a shot or was it a cross? Really let fly there. Bemused everyone, but it counts. Ipswich playing the ball about nicely. Here's Uhlenbeek. Oh, a measured ball in and a chance here for Stockwell to get the cross in. Not a bad one. Woolley defending and it's there. Turned in by Paul Mason. Clinical finishing from him. And Ipswich take the lead in the 54th minute. Beautiful cross from Stockwell. And it fell to Paul Mason, who made no mistake at all. So 4-0 down at the interval, and Ipswich still coming forward through Mason. Right, no, he's lost it. It's dug in there by Mason. 69th minute of the game. 5-0 it is. Well, the keeper came, he didn't get it, and the ball turned into the net by Mason.
Jason Cundy returns from a 2-match ban at Port Vale, where Paul Mason gives the Blues a flying start.
Mason. Oh, he skipped past that challenge beautifully. He's setting himself up for the shot, I think. Tries it with the left foot and he curls it in. Paul Mason makes it 1-0. Ipswich who get possession and play it through. Good ball through there. The shot comes in and Mason gives Ipswich the lead. 9th minute of the game.
It's a silly place for John Paulson really to give a free kick away. Central position, 25, 26 yards out. Mason can hit them too.
So will it be Sedgley or will it be Mason? Uhlenbeek is there, perhaps as a decoy, or perhaps he's part of the plan. Well, it's lined up for Mason. It was very intricate and maybe too over elaborate. Still the danger on. Mason!
Well, they may have made a hash of the original free kick, but it's all come right in the end, and Paul Mason makes it 2-0. A real mix-up, the free kick. There's a few sighs around, but all of a sudden, look at Rob Newman. Down he goes, the ball falls to Mason, and that is a quality finish. Beautifully guided right foot volley. Down goes Newman, and Mason takes the opportunity superbly well. Great time to score a goal. But that's a quality finish. Mason's been doing it all season.
He's their top scorer indeed. It's his 15th of the season.
There's 3 games to go and it's in our hands, you know. Going quite well at the moment, you know, but it doesn't matter who scores the goals. The 3 points is important.
Gittins with a header clear, only as far as Clapper. Here's Matthew. Oh, what a fantastic strike from Paul Mason. What a way to announce your comeback. The smile, a very real one, and no wonder. It was a great cross from Matthew, but what an astonishing finish from Paul Mason.